Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. It is still the. What is that? Oh, yeah, that's something I need. I'm like, what is that? Unreal. It is still the 7th of March, 2022. It is Monday. I will be live streaming. This video will be going up at 7, and so I will be live streaming at 8 o'clock tonight for hardcore members only, and so that will be at 8 o'clock. So if you would like to be part of that, just go to my main page here on YouTube, click the join button, become a hardcore prepper, and you can join us in that chat. It's a nice little chat, very private obviously, and I'm able to answer all questions because it's a small group of people. So just putting that out there ahead of time. Now, I just fed this fire, big piece of wood. I just threw on there, so it's really just starting to take off. So that's why you're seeing it. You'll see the progression as we're doing this video. But the weather has really turned to crap again. When I had gone out earlier, it wasn't raining, but it's raining again now. So it's just one of those kind of days where, you know, you just kind of go, okay. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys, taking chances. Anybody in life that is successful, I mean, you look at any of the people out there that are successful in life, they take chances. They go on a new adventure. They do things when people say, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to do that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't leave that job. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. But if you never take chances, nothing's going to ever change. Nothing good can happen. So I think it's really important that you take chances. And so, you know, and I'm going to address something. I just had a comment that somebody had made, and I wanted to address it this way. And they were like, well, you don't want to tell people where you are, they said, for your new property because of trolls and stuff. They said, but you know, you're inviting people to come and live on your property. And they were like, LOL. Like, no, I'm not inviting people to come and live on my property. I'm taking a chance in putting together a group of like-minded people that have the same mindset that I do. Let me be clear about something, okay? Through tax records, you can find out where anybody's at. Land purchase records, you can find out where anybody's at. So the people that already hate me, realistically, they already know where I'm at. So, you know, I just don't think it's a good idea to advertise where you're at if you can help it. You know, people know where I'm at here. Like I said, obviously, different things that have happened here, you know, but it is what it is, you know, and I'm sure they will try to cause trouble down in West Virginia as well, the same that they did here in New York. But, you know, again, let me kind of simplify this a little bit for you guys, all right? If I never took a chance and went on YouTube, I would not have met some of the awesome, wonderful people that I have met through the years. You know, I never would have met Reese, and who I consider a very good friend to this day. And we've been friends, and the only way we met is because of me being on YouTube. I never would have met Eric, who, again, I consider a very good friend. And other than YouTube, I never would have met him either. And there's a lot more people as well that I've met through the time period and had conversation with and stuff like that. So if you don't take chances and you stay like in your safe little box, in your little bubble, and you keep yourself all protected, nothing ever good is going to happen for you. Nothing. When you take chances, that's when things change. When you put yourself out there, you take a risk, and there's always a risk. There's always a risk because you're literally, guys. You look at, and I'm going to use a couple of different celebrities. I'm going to use like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears. Those are two pretty big time celebrities, right? They're both musicians, very, very successful musicians. They have people that hate them. I mean, hate them with a passion. Hello. Did you see Daddy was gone? And you said, hey, where did he go? She was in there sleeping. So, you know, you're never going to make everybody happy. It's not our job. You know, like my job on here is not to make everybody happy. I love it when people will tell me, well, you need to change this about your channel. So let me I have 100,000 subscribers, and because one person is unhappy about this, I should change my whole format. I mean, that's just lunacy, you know. But that's the mindset of some people. Again, you know, I realized a long time ago, I'm not going to make everybody happy. People are not going to like what I do, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that, you know. Again, I have no issue with constructive criticism. But when you attack and you try to be hurtful and you try to say bad things or whatever the case may be, I'm not tolerating it. I'm not leaving those comments on here. This is not a free speech area. You know, people, oh, well, you should leave those comments up, you know. No, I don't have to do squat. It's my channel. I run it the way I want to run it. And if you're going to come in here and try to troll on me, and you think I'm going to leave that up, you're out of your freaking mind. And usually, I'm going to tell you right now, and the people that do those type of things, they have no content, they have no icon picture, they have nothing. So that's all they are. They're spineless little jellyfish is what they are. And they're always going to be that way. So I should leave their comment up there? I don't think so, you know. And again, if somebody says, well, hey, I think, you know, maybe you should do this or you should do that, I don't have a problem with that. I've taken a lot of times, and if you've watched my videos, if my subscribers that have been watching for years, they know through the years somebody said, well, I'll give you one example. So I had, it's not there now, but where the car is, I had a pile of wood in a circular, like kindling type of wood, and I had it right up against the house. And so I put it in a circle and put all kinds of smaller kindling in the center. Right? That was the goal that I was going to do with that. And somebody had said, you know, you really shouldn't put that up against the house because of termites and blah, 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 blah. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, oh, man, they are so right. So I broke it all down. I moved it back about 5 or 6 feet away from the house and redid it again. And I went on the channel here and I said, because of this suggestion that somebody made, they were 100% right, so I changed it. See, that's called constructive criticism, you know. Wasn't thinking about termites, was just trying to get things organized, and somebody made a very good suggestion, and so I changed up what I did. You know, like I said, that type of stuff I have no problem with, especially when I go, oh man, and you hate it in your heart when it's like, oh, they're right, you know. So now you got to do a whole bunch more work to fix what you screwed up. But you know what? That makes you a better person. You appreciate that advice. Realistically, I always did, because you know, like I said, I'm not perfect. Don't claim to be perfect. Never thought I was perfect. I don't think I'm all that. I make mistakes just like every freaking buddy else does. But the reality, you know, is like, again, if you never take chances, if you don't put yourself out there, you put yourself at risk, nothing is going to ever change for you. It's when you take those chances and say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Then you have, do you have the potential that things could go bad? Sure. But you also have the potential of meeting great people, forging good relationships, you know, and that type of stuff. Like my IT guy that I have now. I had an IT guy before then. You know, that didn't work out. Him and I went our separate ways. I had met my new IT guy through somebody else on YouTube, and so he's been working for me now for a while, and it's worked out great. So again, because of YouTube, I met somebody that can manage my website, take care of the things that I don't want to deal with, and I pay them to do that. And that's, you know, and that works out perfectly. So those are things that are really, you know, good. You learn. Trust me, you learn. Certain things that I've learned through the years of doing YouTube too. You know, certain things you need a lot of times to separate business from pleasure. And what do I mean by that? You know, having somebody. So okay, so as you guys know, I've had T-shirts in the past. I had merchandise in the past, right? So I had one person doing it to start with. That didn't work out, so I went to somebody else that I considered a friend, and they were doing it for a while, and then there was issues there. So you're always going to run into issues with that. So and my advice to anybody, if you're going to do a YouTube channel and you want to do merchandise, go through a company. Keep it strictly professional. That way there's no hard feelings. Nobody feels slighted. You know, somebody's nose doesn't get bent out of shape. It makes it easier. And so, you know, those type of things happen as well. But again, I will always take the chance. You know, with starting a community in West Virginia and using my property as a bug out location, I have an opportunity to meet like-minded people that have the same mindset, that have the same goals that I have, that want to come, that want to work together, that want to have a place to bug out to when things go to total crap. I just think that that's a smart thing to do. Now, of course, some of you are going to say, well, no, I'm going to go solo or whatever. That's strictly your choice. You can do whatever you want to do. There's no judgment on my part. I know the reality of safety in numbers, of like-minded people working together. Are there going to be conflicts? Of course there's going to be conflicts. Of course you're going to have people, well, I don't like Joe, and Joe's going to come, well, I don't like John, he's not a nice guy, and you know why. So then you got to work through those. And if you can't, then somebody's got to leave. You know, and that's how it's going to have to go. But I think when you have a core basis of like-mindedness, a lot of smaller nonsensical problems can be overlooked or worked through and those type of things. And I think that that's important to try to do that. You know, I'm going to give you a good example of a couple things. So I've done 2 prepper get-togethers. I did one last year, and I did one 2 years previous. I was going to do it the year in between, but of course COVID canceled everything. And then I went to Pinball Preparedness's get-together last year. Now, for all 3 of these get-togethers, you had people coming in from different walks of life, different states, but with the commonality of prepping, living off grid, and you know, making connections and stuff like that. Not one issue in those get-togethers. Not one. People camped out up at Greg's last year, and it was a good time, and it was a lot of fun, and it was awesome. And you know, people picked up after themselves. You know, people were drinking and stuff like that, but there wasn't any fights and no stupidity and those type of things. None of that stuff was happening. And I just think that that's the way it should be. You know, work together, come together with that common interest, common goals. So I just wanted to talk about this. I think it's important that you take chances. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been burned. I've been burned like anybody else has been burned. But if you never take a chance, you miss out. You really do. And that's what I look at. I look at the bigger picture. If I get burned here and there, that happens. But if I end up meeting, like, let's say I meet 10 people, and 2 of them turn out to be tools, right? Well, that's 8 good people that I met that if I never took that chance, I never would have met them. Just because of a couple of rotten apples, you're going to throw away the whole bunch or take that chance to throw away the whole... Why are you licking my ankle? Yes, you. You know, so that's what I mean by that. You know, I know a lot of people are afraid. They don't want to take chances. They don't want to put themselves at risk. But the reality is, when the time comes, if you've never taken that chance or put yourself out there or taken that risk, you're going to be all alone in a very hostile world, and you're going to be in big trouble in a hurry. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. I really think it's important to put good people together, trying to connect good people to help each other out. And I'm going to tell you what, my channel, the majority of the people on my channel are absolutely awesome. You know, very supportive, good people. like I said, you're always going to get people that aren't going to be happy, especially when when your channel gets to a certain size. And realistically, I'll tell you what, I think having to look back, I think I had my first troll, if you will, they call them trolls, at about 1,000 subscribers. So, even a smaller channel is going to have people that aren't happy. They don't like what you're doing, and they want to criticize and judge and do all kinds of things. But in the meantime, they're doing nothing. They do nothing. They have no content. One of my favorite things to say to people when they tell me different things is, well, I look forward to going to your channel and watching the videos on how to do it the right way. Because, of course, they have no videos. All they do is complain. They put no effort forward. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm going to continue to make mistakes. That's life. So, interesting world, folks. I will tell you that. Interesting world. So I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And again, there is no judgment on my part. If you don't want to take a chance and you don't want to go out there and put yourself out there, that's your choice. But just realize, if you make that choice, what comes with it in a true SHTF situation. So, just something to think about. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. I will talk to you all again soon. Hope everybody has a great day. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. Literally, if we could ever figure that out, we'd be in so much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that is going to stop you from reaching your goal is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all later, and I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.